Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
Hello everyone, I'm super glad to introduce to you Beach View by Cedarwood Magbon here in Lagos State, an estate that you cannot sleep on. This beautiful estate comes with fantastic, wonderful estate amenities that you would love. This is nature's best estate that you can ever invest in. I'm calling on every one of you hearing my voice right now, wherever you are in Nigeria, outside Nigeria. This is the very best place. At this point, I have to take you all inside to see what this beautiful place and the current work going on in this estate. Let's go.
Every single game, I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. Break down, only alone I will cry out now. You'll never see what's hiding out deep down. Yeah, I know I've heard that to let you feel and show is the only way to make friendships grow.
As you can see, the whole estate has been demarcated for immediate allocation. So you just come for inspection, you pay, and you get allocated instantly.
Beach View by Cedarwood comes with a land title C of O in view, 300 square meter for just 30 million naira installment of payment. Early bird price, one-off payment 25 million naira. Wouldn't you love to live in such a beautiful environment? Do not sleep on this one. Beach View by Cedarwood. As fast as you can, get Beach View by Cedarwood. Do not sleep on this one. Beach View by Cedarwood.
This is Cedarwood Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
You too can own your own luxurious apartments at the Cedarwood Luxury Maisonette and Apartments here in Ajayi Apata, Sangotedo, Lagos. At the Cedarwood Luxury Maisonette and Apartments, we have one-bedroom apartments that go for 35 million. We have the two-bedroom apartments that go for 45 million, and the four-bedroom maisonette duplexes that go for 60 million naira. Get your own luxurious apartments at Cedarwood Luxury Maisonette and Apartments here in Ajayi Apata.
This is Cedarwood Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
Hello everybody, this is Vivian Imakol, the ED, P1 Perfection Business Investments Limited, and you're listening to Cedarwood Luxury Radio. Keep it locked. God bless you.
Welcome to this beautiful, exquisite, magnificent estate. This is Cedarwood Luxury Apartments, located in Ajayi Apata Town, Sangotedo, Lagos State.
All amenities in this beautiful estate has been put in place to ensure that you're living here will be super amazing.
Cedarwood Estate, here within the Ajaya Apata, Newtown, Lekki Epe Expressway. Hi, my name is Ahmed Jamiu A. I'm the general manager of the Cedarwood Estate nationwide. We are right now inside the Cedarwood Estate within the Ajaya Apata, as I said. Here we have a series of terraces, we have apartments, we have surface plots where people live comfortably. We have 24 hours service being provided here, like running 24 hours water, running electricity, everything is on point here. This is our phase 1. Phase 2 is still within this Ajaya Apata, of which any individual, if you want to subscribe to our estate, you can come on board. You will enjoy what you have paid for. See is believing. You can right now, you can see it's a livable estate. There is services running. There is no need for you to panic of anything. You will enjoy your investment. You will enjoy what you have paid for. Come along and come and enjoy what others are enjoying within the estate. You are all welcome once again.
Having the input in infrastructural development in this estate, it is okay to say, watch out for phase 2.
Hello viewers, I am Ambassador Dr. Julius Oyedemi, your most astounding CEO 2023 P1 Group. The best radio to listen to is no other than Cedarwood Luxury Radio. Thank you.
Hello listeners, you're here with your global multiple award-winning real estate celebrity, Honorable Dr. Bolaji Osage Onolaja, PhD, FIPA, Nigerian Youth Role Model, MD, CEO, P1 Atlantic Property Network Limited. Keep listening to Cedarwood Luxury Radio.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening or watching from. And this is Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio. You're welcome to a very beautiful Wednesday morning. And today, on this program, it is called The Morning Delight. On The Morning Delight this morning, I was just checking around and something struck into my mind. I just felt like sharing with you. Sometime in the year 2001, there was a big disaster, a big scenario that happened in the United States of America. I think it should be September, yeah. That was why they named it 9/11. I think 11th of September 2001. There was this massive terrorist attack that happened on the World Trade Center building, the two buildings in the United States, in New York City, in the United States of America. So this morning, I am going to be playing you a video. I think the video should be like 40 minutes or 45 minutes long of what happened and interviews with people that were there, like eyewitnesses that were there on that particular day. So just sit back, relax, enjoy, and feel free to comment and like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook. Thank you.
began as a day like any other. The sun rose over New York City, casting its first light over a city in motion. A city of nearly 9 million lives intertwined in a routine as familiar as breathing. The world was alive with routine. Parents hurrying to get their kids ready for school. Office workers making their way into towering buildings. Travelers settling into seats, fastening seatbelts for flights that would carry them across the country. Here, people gathered their dreams and their futures, entwined in the tapestry of a city that never stopped moving. As the morning light painted buildings and streets in warm hues, lives intersected in the shadow of New York's iconic towers, reminders of the heights people could reach. Below them, the city's arteries pulsed with energy, a vibrant mosaic of languages, cultures, and stories woven together into the fabric of a place adored around the world. But this was no ordinary day. In a single moment, that rhythm would break, and everything would change. This is the story of New York on that day, and the lives that were forever altered in its wake.
It is 8 a.m. in Salisbury, North Carolina, 7 a.m. in Chicago, 5 a.m. in Calaveras County, California, where the news is being made on this Tuesday, September 11th.
For the second time in 2 weeks, the U.S. has lost an unmanned spy plane over Iraq.
A definite new look for you. What are you going for?
What am I going for? Of Congo. 3 years, 2.5 million dead. We thought you should know.
We want to tell you what we know as we know it, but we just got a report.
He was absolutely the most amazing man that America has ever created, ever.
Okay, I have got to interrupt you right now.
Sorry.
Richard Hack, thank you very much. We appreciate the book is called Hughes. We want to go live right now and show you a picture of the World Trade Center where I understand, do we have it? No, we do not. We have a breaking story, though. We're going to come back with that in just a moment. First, this is Today on NBC.
American 11, Boston. American 11, the American on the frequency. How do you hear me?
This is Adam.
This is Boston. I turned American 20 left and I was going to climb him. He will not respond to me now.
Looks like he's turning right.
Yeah, I turned him 20 right.
Oh, okay.
And he's only going to, I think, 29.
Number 3 in the back, the cockpit's not answering. Somebody's stabbed in business class. And I think there's mace that we can't breathe. I don't know. I think we're getting hijacked.
Which flight are you on?
Flight 12.
And what seat are you in? Ma'am, are you there?
Yes.
What seat are you in?
Ma'am, what seat are you in? We just left Boston. We're up in the air.
I know.
We're supposed to go to L.A., and the cockpit's not answering their phone.
Okay, but what seat are you sitting in? What's the number of your seat?
Okay, I'm in my jump seat right now.
Okay.
At 3R.
Okay, you're the flight attendant? I'm sorry, did you say you're the flight attendant?
Hello?
Yes, hello? What is your name?
Hi. You're going to have to speak up. I can't hear you.
Sure. What is your name?
Okay, my name is Betty Ong. I'm number 3 on flight 11.
Okay.
And the cockpit is not answering their phone. And there's somebody stabbed in business class, and we can't breathe in business class. Somebody's got mace or something. Our number 1 has been stabbed, and our 5 has been stabbed. Can anybody get up to the cockpit? Can anybody get up to the cockpit? We can't even get into the cockpit. We don't know who's up there. Is anybody still there?
Yes, we're still here.
Okay. I'm staying on the line as well.
Okay.
Have you guys
called anyone else? No. Somebody's calling medical, and we can't get a doctor.
American Airlines emergency line, please state your emergency.
Hey, this is Nitty at American Airlines calling. I am monitoring a call in which Flight 11, the flight attendant is advising our reps that the pilot, everyone's been stabbed.
30 Mana 6720.
Is that American 11 trying to call?
Buddy, we have some claims. Just stay quiet and you'll be okay. We're returning to the airport.
15 Southwest of Bono going to Hampton.
And who's trying to call me here? American 11, are you trying to call?
Nobody move. Everything will be okay. If you try to make any move, you'll injure yourself and the airplane. Just stay quiet.
Hi, Boston Center Team U. We have a problem here. We have a hijacked aircraft headed towards New York, and we need you guys to, we need someone to scramble some F-16s or something up there to help us out.
Kennedy Tower reports. Kennedy Tower reports that there was a fire at the World Trade Center, and that's the area where we lost the airplane.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
This just in, you are looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center.
Apparently, a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center in New York.
(8:46 a.m.) 5 hijackers deliberately crashed American Airlines Flight 11 into the World Trade Center's North Tower. Oblivious to what was about to happen, 100 innocent people were attending a conference in the Windows on the World restaurant at the top of the North Tower. Among them was 31-year-old Christopher Hanley, who made one of the first recorded calls to 911 emergency services that day.
Yeah, hi. I'm on the 106th floor of the World Trade Center. We just had an explosion.
The 106th floor?
Yes.
106, okay.
We have smoke and it's pretty bad. We can't get down the stairs. All right. We have about 100 people up here.
Do not leave, okay? There's a fire or an explosion or something in the building. All right, I want you to stay where you are.
Yes.
All right, we're there. We're coming up to get you.
See the smoke coming up from outside the windows, Jeff?
All right, we're on the way. Just sit tight. All right, just sit tight. We're on the way.
All right, please hurry.
With no prior threat or government security intelligence warning, a terrorist attack was unexpected, so the common consensus both inside and on the ground was that an unexplained explosion had rocked the North Tower. The brutal truth was that American Airlines Flight 11, whilst traveling upwards of 460 miles per hour, had hit the north face of the building, creating a catastrophic chasm in the World Trade Center tower between floors 93 and 99. Flight 11's trajectory reached the very center of the North Tower, cutting through the 3 blocks of staircases in the process. Above the impact point on floor 93, every person's route to safety was destroyed. The reality, 1,000 344 lives were in mortal jeopardy. The plane's tanks erupted with 90,000 liters of jet fuel upon impact with the North Tower, igniting a ferocious blaze that consumed the building's interior. Office materials fed the flames, creating an overwhelming inferno of searing heat, choking smoke, and intense fire, rendering the environment uninhabitable for human life. Adding to the horror, now damaged elevator shafts provided a lethal conduit for the burning jet fuel to rage through the floors of the building as far as the entrance lobby. An estimated 8,000 people who could evacuate from the floors below the 93rd story point of impact were faced with a chaotic and frightening scenario. The World Trade Center towers were not designed to accommodate a large-scale evacuation. Each of the twin towers was equipped with only 3 narrow stairwells leading to the ground level. When the plane struck, the force of the impact caused the structures to shift, jamming doors in their frames and blocking stairwells with debris from shattered walls. This left dozens of people trapped in an increasingly desperate situation, particularly those on the floors near the impact zones. With escape routes destroyed, the intense flames, suffocating heat, and thick black smoke created unbearable conditions inside the North Tower. In a heartbreaking attempt to escape the inferno, it is estimated that between 100 and 200 people chose to jump to their deaths, rather than succumb to the flames consuming the building.
Have you seen any evidence, Elliot, of people being taken out of the building? You say that emergency vehicles are the concern is human loss.
Oh my gosh, another plane has just hit.
Holy shit, Martin. That's the other building. That's terrorists. Other building? That's terrorists, bro. That's fucking terrorists.
It was now clear that this was no accident. Initially, after the attack on the North Tower, workers, staff, and visitors in the South Tower were told to stay where they were. After the second crash, a mass evacuation began in the South Tower, below the impact zone of stories 77 to 85. Confusion reigned. Even though one of the stairwells in the South Tower was undamaged as the plane had hit the building at an offset from the vertical center line and could therefore be a route to safety, it was filled with choking black smoke, leading many to mistakenly make their way upwards towards the roof for a rescue that never materializes. Tragically, too, individuals heeded the instructions given by 911 telephone operators and earlier building-wide announcements to stay put.
Sean, it's me. I just wanted to let you know I love you, and I'm stuck in this building in New York. A plane hit the building or a bomb went off, we don't know, but there's lots of smoke, and we just wanted you to know that I love you always.
For those fortunate enough to be below the impact zones of the Twin Towers, escaping was a harrowing ordeal. They navigated through collapsed ceilings, shattered partitions, and cascading water from broken pipes. Fires and dense, suffocating smoke further obstructed their path, reducing visibility and increasing the peril. For those trapped above the impact zones, conditions were dire and rapidly deteriorating. The sealed windows of the World Trade Center, not designed to open, left many without access to fresh air. Some windows were shattered by the force of the plane impacts, while others were broken by occupants desperately seeking relief from the encroaching smoke and intense heat. One of the most haunting images from September 11th is the falling man, taken by photographer Richard Drew. The photo shows an unnamed man believed to have fallen from the North Tower in a striking pose resembling an arrow, almost serene in descent. While he didn't choose his fate, the image suggests a quiet acceptance, inviting reflection on human dignity and resilience in the face of unimaginable choices. Though efforts to identify him remain inconclusive, the photograph has become a symbol of individual tragedy amid collective loss, capturing a moment of grace within chaos. Initially controversial, it endures as a powerful reminder of the human cost of that day. Upon their completion in 1973, the Twin Towers briefly held the title of the tallest buildings in the world, and by the time of the 2001 terrorist attacks, they remained among the top 5 tallest. Their collapse stunned the engineering community, as fire had never before caused a skyscraper to fail, and the towers had been designed to withstand the impact of an aircraft. John Skilling, the lead structural engineer for the World Trade Center, had speculated on such a scenario after the 1993 bombing. Reflecting on the potential consequences of a plane crash, he remarked, "Our analysis indicated the biggest problem would be the fact that all the fuel from the airplane would dump into the building. There would be a horrendous fire, a lot of people would be killed, but the building structure would still be there." Tragically, his assumptions would be proven wrong just 8 years later. His calculations had not accounted for the devastating effects of a jetliner flying at high speed, or the intense, large-scale fires fueled by thousands of gallons of aviation fuel. No design had been prepared for such extraordinary circumstances.
I don't think anybody expected this building to collapse, even after the structural damage on the top. These buildings were wrapped in steel the way your foot is wrapped by a sock. The steel side structures were not holding up these floors. These floors were held up by pinions, one between each floor. And so when the first 2 floors gave way, the weight of that was sufficient to collapse every pinion and every floor, straight down to the bottom.
Jack Taliercio, a news cameraman, captured the moment the first tower fell. A massive global audience watched in shock as the Twin Towers were destroyed, their collapse broadcast live on television and radio. When the deafening roar of the falling towers subsided, dense clouds of gray-white pulverized concrete and gypsum surged through the streets of Manhattan. Initially, many believed a new explosion or impact had caused the billowing smoke and debris that obscured the South Tower. But as the winds cleared the haze, the grim reality emerged. The towering structure was gone. This video was captured by the Naudet brothers from inside the North Tower as the South fell. The North Tower's gypsum-lined stairwells had been obliterated on impact, leaving no one above floors 93 to 99 able to escape. Though the smoke and flames told part of the story from the outside, the harrowing calls from within revealed the unseen reality, an essential window into the anguish and courage of those trapped inside.
Mom, it's Steven.
my plane, my building got hit by a plane, and right now it's, I think I'm okay, I'm safe now, but it's smoky. I just want to say how much I love you, and I will call you when I'm safe. Okay, Mom? Bye.
Shimmy? Yeah. Just hang in there. Just breathe slowly through the towel. You breathing through the towel? It's fine. Okay, it's fine. Everybody's fine. Everybody's very calm. Everything's going to be fine. You have to stay calm. Everybody here is calm. I promise you. The girls don't even know because they're in school. Your parents are here. They're very calm. Just keep your head straight. Okay, do you see smoke by the window? The fire department wants to... You can't see?
Do we see smoke by the window? The fire department wants to know. No smoke by the window.
No smoke by the window. Listen carefully. As a last resort, break the window as small as possible just to get a little air in. Okay, but you follow?
Yeah.
Okay, how so?
They said the last resort we should open the window just a little bit to get some air in.
Can you open the window or you have to break it? Yeah.
Huh? You have to break it.
Yeah? Okay, Shimmy.
Yeah.
Break the window.
Break the window.
As little as possible. Just get a little air. Just get a little air. Okay. If you're running out of air,
if you're running out of air, we should do that.
Okay.
Okay?
Smoke, news there, 105, 2 power. All right, sit tight. We'll get to you as soon as we can. Yeah, you keep staying up. The smoke's really bad, man. I barely leave. That's all we can do. Where are you? What are you guys up to? We're getting there. Doesn't feel like it, man. I got young kids. I understand that, sir. Got lots of people up here. I understand. And then you got a lot in the building, but we're up on the top. Smoke rises. It's really bad. We're on the floor. We're in the window. And then I had to be in green now. Can't see. Okay. Just try to hang in there. I'm going to save it. You're in an air-conditioned building. It's really bad. It's black. It's iron. We're young men. We're not ready to die. I'm Hello? We're looking at financial center. 3 of us, 2 broken windows.
At 11 a.m., Mayor Rudolph Giuliani ordered the evacuation of Lower Manhattan, south of Canal Street, affecting over 1 million residents, workers, and tourists. Meanwhile, rescue efforts at the World Trade Center site continued throughout the afternoon in a desperate search for survivors.
I feel terrible for the people that we lost, some of whom I talked to just 15 minutes before we lost them. And the city is going to survive. We're going to get through it. It's going to be a very, very difficult time. I don't think we yet know the pain that we're going to feel when we find out who we lost. But the thing we have to focus on now is getting the city through this and surviving and being stronger for it.
It's difficult to find the words to describe the feeling in New York City today. New York City is in shock. One of its most famous landmarks destroyed, thousands dead, and America is under siege.
I felt horrified because it's like you don't know what's coming. They kept saying there's another plane coming, and all you hear was this rumbling. People was crying. People was jumping out the window. They was waving, like trying to like say, "Help me!" Like you see their arms, and then you saw the man jump down, and he just everybody was jumping. It was crazy.
Standing down on 6th Avenue earlier, and I watched the flames coming out of the Trade Center, and I saw it collapse, and it was just the most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life.
Unbelievable. I didn't think something like this could happen, especially in New York.
makes you wonder what our intelligence community is doing. You know, to have something like this happen. How can this happen? This is world-reaching. It's not just this city. It's around the world. It's gonna. I don't think anything will ever be the same again.
Prior to September 11, 2001, the United States was not officially engaged in any wars. Islamic extremism, Al-Qaeda, and Osama bin Laden were largely unfamiliar to the general public, and ISIS had yet to emerge. The events of that day marked a pivotal moment in history, a clear divide between the world as it existed before the attacks and the profoundly changed reality that followed. The shock and devastation of September 11, 2001, extended far beyond the immediate aftermath, leaving a profound and lasting impact on American life and global consciousness. What once seemed inconceivable, a large-scale attack on U.S. soil, became a grim new reality. The unthinkable possibility of future attacks, potentially involving biological or nuclear weapons, turned into a shared and persistent fear. This sense of vulnerability and uncertainty did not just ripple through New York City, but reverberated across the nation and the world.
When we sit down at our dinner table, we have an empty chair. When we get together for holidays, we have an empty chair. We can't move on. There's no closure, and there is no closure. What I'm thinking is, I have to look down and see that this is no longer here, and he's no longer here. And everyone else thinks that this is just okay, and it's fine, and we can move on, and we can't.
Firefighters from the New York City Fire Department rushed to the World Trade Center minutes after the first plane struck the North Tower. Chief Joseph Pfeiffer and his crew with Battalion 1 were among the first on the scene.
I just got to work in the office, and for some reason it was early and somebody had a TV on watching the news, and this whole thing started on live TV. So we started, we had a meeting, and about 8:30 I got activated through FEMA for the response.
Initially, the team focused on the rescue and evacuation of the building's occupants, which involved sending firefighters up to assist people who were trapped in elevators and elsewhere, as well as ensuring all floors were completely evacuated. Many of the evacuees commented afterwards that the bravery of these firefighters was immeasurable. The look on their faces was one of steadfast determination. They were aware of the dangers they would face, yet continued on, hour upon hour, regardless of their own safety and well-being. Problems with radio communication also caused further problems, as commanders lost contact with many of the firefighters in the buildings. Coupled with this, as the news of the attacks spread, many off-duty firefighters arrived at the scene eager to help, but without their radios. As a result, firefighters encountered difficulties reporting on their progress and location and were unable to hear evacuation orders, sometimes with tragic consequences. Oreo Palmer was one such brave firefighter who lost his life in his quest to save others. Without thought for his own safety, he rushed from the North Tower to the south at 9:03 a.m. On the stairwells, he realized that some firefighters could not communicate with each other, so worked quickly to rectify the problem with the radio receivers. Then, Although most elevators had been rendered non-operational, Palmer single-handedly fixed one and took it to the 41st floor, which was halfway to the impact zone, which spanned the 77th to the 85th floors.
Battalion 7 on floor 40 of Tower 2. We got one elevator working up to the 40th floor, staffed by a member of Line 15.
Climbing on foot, he was a very fit man, so he was able to make it where others might not have been able to. He ascended 12 floors in 10 minutes, wearing all the bunker gear, weighing in at a crippling 50 to 60 pounds. Those fortunate enough to have survived the initial impact of the crash on the 78th floor hoped to take an elevator to comparative safety on the 41st, but it failed to work. Palmer did the unthinkable and reached the 78th floor to save them.
We're on the 43rd floor. It's stairway B. What floor should we try to get up to, Oriole? I'm up to 5-5. We're going to have to host it. I'm on 69 now, so we need a higher side, please. These stairway walls have been compromised on 73 and 74. The walls are breached, so be careful.
It is clear he is in a race for time, saving his oxygen and energy. He discovered the south stairwell was safe to the impact zone and beyond. For the hundreds trapped there, this stairwell was an escape route.
What's there, Oriole? South stairwell, south tower. We got two isolated pockets of fire. We should be able to knock it down with 2 lines. Where you know that? 78th floor, number 1045, call horns. 478. That's all. Too much civilians, we have 2 engines up here. All right, 10-4, we're on our way.
After such Herculean efforts on his part, tragically the impact of the crash was so strong that the South Tower collapsed, killing him and many others.
All I can tell you is that just put yourself in that position. It was your family member. Every one of these firefighters in here are our brothers. Every one of these police officers in here are our brothers. And the civilians that are in here are the people that we're sworn to protect. That's our job. That's what we do. And as far as I'm concerned, I treat every person in there as my personal family, and every firefighter does the same thing. Our job is to go in and do what we have to do. We tell them to rest. They do get their rest. We tell them to sit down. We have guys lined up over there, thousands of firefighters and fire officers lined up over there with police officers waiting for the opportunity to go in. We have to hold them back because we don't want to create a situation where, because of the structural defects, etc., where they're going to be put further in danger, and maybe during the recovery process, we wind up endangering someone else. That's our worst fear right now.
Volunteers quickly descended on Ground Zero to help in the rescue and recovery efforts. At Jacob Javits Convention Center, thousands showed up and registered with the authorities. Construction projects around the city came to a halt as workers walked off jobs to help at Ground Zero.
The amount of rubble, and actually what we were trying to do was dig out a fire truck that was on the street buried.
I really thought I was going to just die yesterday. Like, I just thought I was going to stop breathing. I was thinking of leaving. And then I saw these guys, you know, coming back that are supposed to take 1.5 hour shifts, and they're not coming back because they refuse to give up. And then I thought, like, these guys are staying, and they need medical attention. I mean, these firemen and these police officers, and if they can stay, I can stay.
You know, just droves and droves of firefighters and EMS people and city workers, you know, MTA workers and Verizon people, and, you know, just a lot of people who look dog-tired, who've been, you know, working hard hours, trying to do whatever they can to clear people out and find whoever might still be alive. There was, I think, one gentleman they were still in touch with on a cell phone who was buried in a car that they were trying to get to.
So we kept digging, and as we were digging, it was a big explosion, a bang, you know, and within 10 minutes we kept digging, and they started pulling everybody out.
Believe me, after going in there, we're still standing. It doesn't look like it. It looks like everything's down, everything's gone, but we are still standing. You got to see these people. Like, there's no such thing as having one hero anymore.
Search and rescue efforts and making the site of the Twin Towers safe in the immediate aftermath of 9/11 involved iron workers, structural engineers, asbestos workers, boilermakers, carpenters, cement masons, construction managers, electricians, insulators, machinists, plumbers, and pipe fitters, amongst other professions. 400 working dogs were also deployed in the quest to find survivors. Their presence brought comfort, hope, and healing during a time of immense grief and trauma, showcasing the deep bond between humans and animals. These brave dogs and their handlers remain a symbol of resilience and compassion.
You spoke to him then while he was watching the first, and what was that like?
He said it was really chaotic. He said a plane just went through the building. He said, Rachel, I just watched somebody jump or get pushed or fall right out of the building, out of One World Trade. He's like, it's chaotic here, and I work for Bloomberg News, so I said, can I get anyone on the phone to talk about what you're seeing? And he was like, you don't understand, it's chaotic, and none of them ever knew that it was a terrorist attack. They all thought it was an accident. No one ever knew. And they were all still on the phone right before the second plane crashed. If I think about it, they had no time to get out, they had no time to run, but I still am, of course, keeping hope. And
was he on the phone to you when the second plane?
He was on the phone to me about 2 minutes before the second plane went in.
And you never heard from him again after that?
I called back and his phones were dead. I don't know what else to do. I'm just going from place to place. This is my fiance. I planned my whole future out with this person. If I don't find him, I have to start all over again. It's taken me my entire life to find him, and I don't know what I will do without him. Please, please help me find him.
Right here,
The day after the attack, then Mayor Rudy Giuliani told reporters that they were receiving mobile phone calls from people trapped in the debris. But there was little hope for most. Congress quickly established an extensive compensation program in the aftermath to compensate the victims and families of victims of the 9/11 attack, with tremendous amounts also raised by the public.
Americans have many questions tonight. Americans are asking, who attacked our country? The evidence we have gathered all points to a collection of loosely affiliated terrorist organizations known as Al-Qaeda. Our message to them is clear. No matter how long it takes, America will find you, and we will bring you to justice.
Rallying around the populist phrase, "United we stand," Americans were determined to be resilient in the face of this unprecedented and devastating attack on their homeland. President Bush and the federal government found widespread support for their response to the attacks, and seemingly a need for retribution. Nearly 3,000 people in New York, Virginia, and Pennsylvania lost their lives on 9/11 after terrorists orchestrated by Osama bin Laden hijacked airplanes as weapons. As the years pass, suffering continues alongside the memorializing, among those who lost loved ones, and by survivors who sustained injuries or who were forever changed by the horrific events, even as the country and the world changes.
My name is Stan Honda. I'm a former AFP photographer, and I was here on 9/11 photographing the Trade Center attack. Well, that morning, I got a phone call from one of the other AFP photo stringers, he watches the early morning news, and he said there's a plane had crashed in the World Trade Center. I live near the number 6 subway train, and I think I was on the last train that was running that ended up at the City Hall Brooklyn Bridge stop. We're on Fulton, right near Broadway, and I think I was around this area photographing the people running from the Trade Center site, and also the first tower as it was collapsing. You could see this cloud of dust and debris and smoke coming between the buildings through the streets and toward where I was standing. So that was pretty frightening. I think this was the area where I had come out of the building after the first tower had collapsed, and the whole area was covered with this white and gray dust. So it really looked like it had snowed. The sidewalks, people were covered, the vehicles, cars, and everything were just covered with this dust. The picture of the woman, of Marcy Borders, I took into she actually came into the lobby of the building that I went into after the first tower had collapsed.
Hi, my name is Marcy Borders. I'm from Bayonne, New Jersey. I became famous from working in the North Tower on the 81st floor. My image is known all over the world as the Dust Lady. The morning of 9/11, my supervisor had thought maybe, a small jet plane might have nipped us, but at that time we had no idea what was going on. So then I began to panic, so they, sat me down, told me to, relax, take deep breaths. But the way the building was shaking, it was just, I couldn't sit there. You just heard people screaming, stay away from the glass, stay away from the glass. You saw injured. I saw people with objects in them, burnt skulls. It was crazy compared to what I just left. My stairwell was normal. That's when you just hear firemen scream and run and don't look back. Then I took chase, from this cloud of dust, smoke that's just following me. And once it caught me, it threw me on, my hands and my knees. Every time I inhaled, my mouth just filled up with it. I was choking. I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. I was just saying to myself and saying out loud that I didn't want to die. I didn't want to die. And a stranger, I remember clear as day, he didn't have a shirt on. And he grabbed me, and with so much going on, I was kind of afraid of him. So I was asking him, what are you gonna do? Where are you taking me? What are you gonna do? And he was like, to safety. I guess that's where this picture was taken, and I'm known all over as the Dust Lady.
We're used to big building fires and disasters like airplane crashes, but this seemed like something that was way beyond what any of us had ever seen. It's really an honor, I think, to have the photographs in the museum there. The two pictures, the one of Marcy and Ed, got a pretty huge amount of media attention. I was pretty surprised, and I think after a while I realized that they're pictures of people, and I think that a lot of people could identify with these two individuals, the struggle that they were going through, I think, to make it through the day. And I think that's probably maybe one of the reasons that the pictures themselves became fairly well known and well used.
The site of the New York City attacks is now home to One World Trade Center, the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. Plans for rebuilding the World Trade Center began in July 2002 under the guidance of the Lower Manhattan Development Corporation. The process was marked by debates among the public, architects, and political leaders about what the new World Trade Center should represent. With so much significance tied to the project, it had to be just right. Completed in 2014, the inspiring structure stands as a powerful symbol of resilience in the face of unimaginable tragedy. Surrounding two vast memorial pools, situated where the Twin Towers once stood, are bronze panels etched with the names of every person who lost their life in the attacks. Nearby, the Survivor Tree, a calorie pear tree that miraculously withstood the devastation at Ground Zero, thrives as a living testament to strength and recovery. Every year, seedlings from this tree are gifted by the 9/11 Memorial to communities affected by their own tragedies. spreading hope and resilience far and wide. For those who lived through it, the memory of that Tuesday morning remains vivid. People remember exactly where they were when news broke that an airplane had struck one of the Twin Towers. It was a defining moment that brought Americans closer, as neighbors became like family, stepping up to donate time, money, and resources to aid those affected by the disaster. Even after all these years, the events of 9/11 remain etched in our hearts, a reminder of both the fragility of life and the enduring strength of the human spirit.
This is Cedarwood Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
P1 Plus don't come again. Make una come buy una land o. 3 million per plot. Hey! This one na unlimited edition. E go soon finish o. I wan go my house. 3 million naira for a plot o. Make una come. Oh, madam. Why your ma? Which one you dey buy?
How much they sell?
This one na 3 million naira, but because of you, bring 6.5. This one now na 3 million naira, but because of you, bring 30 million naira. Na better land o, better land. How many?
Later, abeg.
Madam, you no buy? Na wow, you no dey buy land. This land go soon finish o. 3 million naira per plot. Make una come buy o. Selete malate. See better land wey I dey sell for una. Na one for you. Hey oga, welcome. Good evening o. My brother na combo combination. Yes o. So which one we go put?
Wetin be how much be this one?
Oga, this one now, you know say I tell you 3 million naira, but no be 3 million, you understand? Because of you, bring 30 million naira.
I don't come. Na 3 million dey shout since na. I don't come. They talk about 30 million.
Oga,
so what's the difference between this one and this one?
Okay, this one now e dey for Panam. Na tech enabled estate be this o.
Really?
I dey tell you, you don see estate wey be say if you dey drive in, the gate go just open by itself.
Let's say in this winter, tell me more about it.
Oga, you see this estate, e dey for Ibuzo, close to Admiralty Naval University.
close to the immigration office o, and e dey for a well-developed area. In fact, na buy and build. And once you buy am like this, I don give you instant allocation. Yes, so na better land o.
How much you go sell am now? How much you go sell am?
Oga, make I no lie for you. Na 6.5. Oga, na 6.5 now. Na 6.5. Oya, come, Wokocha. Na one for you. See, make I no lie for you. I go give you 5 million naira because we dey on promo now. Oga Wokocha, I know say you be my customer. As I look your face like this, I know say you be better investor. Na wow! Better investor. Don do.
Check whether I don't see a lot.
No worry, I go see am now. No be you, fine man. Na better land though. You go enjoy am well. I dey tell you truth. You go enjoy am, Thank you so much, Hey, well, Hey, I don sell o. Hey, I don sell o. Hey.
This is Cedarwood Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first